Hey YouTube, Matty's Daddy 12, Team JMT, coming to you guys with another altered art video. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to turn an ultimate rare into a ghost rare. This is Dragon Knight Draco Quest. This is an ultimate rare of that card. I know there's a ghost rare of this card already, but I want to show you guys how to make this into a ghost. The basic concept you're wanting to do is just bust up this ink and pull it up off of the foil. There's a bunch of grooves inside of this foil, so it makes it a little difficult to do that. But here was my first attempt. The first card that I tried was Dragon Knight Draco Quest, and that's why I showed you it first. It's because that was actually the first card that I used. As you can see, I rubbed just a little too hard there. I actually used my finger along with Germex to try to pull this off. It didn't quite work, obviously, as you can see there. Yeah, I pulled just a little bit too much of the foil off with the card, with the color. So it didn't turn out quite as well as what I wanted. Next, I tried number 96 Dark Mist, and as you can tell, it's pretty ate up right here also, and I had a hard time bringing the color up out of it. The biggest issue I had with this was the grooves are kind of difficult to get into on this one, which made it hard. Also, I think I didn't use quite enough Germex whenever I was doing that one. This one, however, since I had issues with getting into the grooves on that one, I thought maybe I could use something kind of abrasive to rub across it. I actually used an X-Acto knife, which was a bad idea. I actually pulled the little grooves, the foil that's on these cards that holds the ink. I actually pulled it off of the card, and after doing it across there, I went ahead and did a couple other spots just to verify that that was what was happening. And yeah, so Atomic Scrap Dragon actually looked pretty good until I decided to try that. And I was actually just going to show off these cards and give you guys the technique that I used and see if you guys could actually make this happen. Then I got to thinking while I was at work and decided I was going to try something else. I tried a Q-tip, the hand sanitizer on the Q-tip, and it allowed me to get inside the grooves. It allowed me to apply just enough pressure, and I was able to actually bring up all the ink off of the card. So this is what we're going to try to recreate today in this video. I have another Ultimate Chivalry, and I'm going to be doing my best to pull the ink off of it and making it into a ghost rare. So let's pull these out of the way, and I will show you exactly what you need to do this. First, you need Germex. Like I said, that's what I use. Any basic alcohol-based hand sanitizer will work. Germex is what we have here at the house, so that's what I use. Next, I have masking tape. The little ball there doesn't help. Mainly just the masking tape itself. That's just to mask off around the picture, so that way you only get the ink that you want to pull up. You're not pulling up off of the side of the cards or anything. You need a paper towel to pull up the extra hand sanitizer on the card. And then you need Q-tips. This is actually a baby Q-tip. I found that it has a little bit more padding, a little bit more of the material on the sides, which makes it a little bit easier to use than just a regular Q-tip. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull off some of this masking tape and start to mask off the part of the card that we want to protect. I'm just going to go around the border of this picture with the masking tape because everything else I want to stay the same. It's just the inside of this picture is what I'm wanting to pull the ink off of. Crap. Let's have just a little bit of issue with it, of course, during the video. There we go. Shows you guys just how difficult it actually is, right? If I just came through it and just didn't have any problems with it, you guys would all think this is really easy, right? It's really not. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this side. Try to stay as close to that line as I can. There we go. I think I came just a little too far over on that one. It is what it is, right? let's go ahead and get this last side. Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so now that we have it marked off, we now know that we're going to remove this. We're not going to try to touch any of the outside parts. Now it's time for our hand sanitizer. We're going to take this hand sanitizer and just put several drops on the card. All we're doing right now is just trying to loosen up the ink that is inside those grooves. As you do this, some of the ink may go ahead and come up, which is fine. It's not a big deal. You just get it on your finger and then you go wash your hands. Actually, this is starting to come up really easy for me, so normally I would wipe this off and then go ahead and put on a second coat, but like I said, this is starting to come up really easy for me, so I'm going to just go ahead and grab the Q-tip and let's start rubbing with this Q-tip. All we're looking at doing is just trying to rub inside of those grooves. That's one thing that the Q-tip gives you that you're not really able to do if you were to use, say, your finger or whatnot. That's something that I realized. One, you're not quite as accurate if you were to try to use just your finger as you can be if you use the Q-tips. This one's actually coming up really easy. This turns out to be a really good card to use for this video. Another thing to remember is if you want it out of the creases that the card has, go with the grooves. You don't want to go against the groove. That's an old woodworking phrase there, is go with the grain. But yeah, that's actually exactly what you need to do is you want to go with the grain on these Ultimates, because you want to get the color out of those grooves. The only way to do that is to go with the groove. Going against the groove does not help. Alright. And of course, it's just hand sanitizer, so if you get a little extra on your hand, you can just rub your hand together, rub your fingers together and get rid of it. Worst case scenario, your hands are a little bit cleaner, right? Alright. I kind of like doing these videos just because whenever I do these kind of videos, I always feel like I'm that... Who's that guy with the funny afro that's always doing painting videos on the KET networks and stuff, on the you know what I'm saying, on those channels, the public access channels and whatnot. There's always the guy on there that has like the really big hair, and he's always doing painting videos, and he's always talking about, oh, you can paint your trees like this, make them look like... Yeah, I kind of feel like those kind of guys whenever I'm doing videos like this. I guess that's kind of cool, huh? This is, like I said, this is actually coming up a lot easier than what the other ones have. I'm going to go ahead and change Q-tips. Let's go ahead and put a little bit more sanitizer here where Freed's hair is at, because Freed's hair is not wanting to turn silver. It's wanting to stay blonde. I don't want your hair blonde, Freed. I want your hair silver. Yeah, there's the last little bit of his coat. Alright. I don't know, guys. I don't think I'm getting it out of his hair. I'm not really for sure. I don't know if you guys can tell in the video or not. It looks like my hand is blocking a lot of the video. Alright, I guess I'm going to go ahead and stop there, guys. Last little coat. Now we're going to grab our paper towel. Make one last little pass over it. Alright, let's take this up. There's the first piece. There's the second. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Come on. Oh no, and I just ripped the card itself. Lovely, lovely. Alright, let's try it this way. See if we can't save a little bit of that card. Again, that's why I use... There we go. Yeah, I still damaged it, but I saved it a little bit. Could probably do this a different way that would make it a little bit more safer for the card. Obviously, that was not the best route to do this. However, it gives you guys an idea of exactly what I'm trying to accomplish here. As you can see there, the color is gone. I could have paid a little bit more attention and got the rest of that out. Probably clean this up a little bit more, but I didn't want the video to be 30 minutes long. So yeah, I hate that I screwed up the corner of this card. That's disappointing, but I guess just part of the dangers with trying to alter cards, right? So there you go, guys. I hope you guys appreciate this. I hope you guys attempt it yourself. Again, before you start doing on some of the high dollar stuff, try it on some of these cheap Ultimates. I don't want to see you guys ruin your collection by trying something that I did. When you can always try it out on one of these cheaper versions of an Ultimate and then go from there. So guys, I appreciate it. Take this idea, see if you guys can come up with a better way of doing this, because obviously the way that I've done it so far hasn't really worked every time. But if you guys can try to master this and then maybe do a response video and show me the way that you would do this. It's not really working out so well for me, but it was just an idea that I had, something that I'm trying to do. So yeah, guys, go out there and try it yourself, and give me a response video on how you're doing and what you're doing differently than I am. I appreciate it, guys. Subscribe, comment down below, show us how much you love us.